once you build a relationship with someone, it cannot just cut off when the person leaves the institution. A relationship should last forever. So in 2002, I moved to Brunei. I was there up to 2010. I went to Australia in 2010 for a 1-year period with an intention to migrate. However, I think the Asian side of me pulled me back to Brunei again, and I continued teaching in Brunei up to 2019, where I moved over to Malaysia as my daughter wanted to study at Taylor's because she heard that Taylor's was the best institution for A-levels. So we moved over to Taylor's for that purposes. So I studied at Asunta Primary School, and I had a primary school teacher. She taught me in primary 3 and primary 5. Her name is Mrs. Balakrishnan, and I think it's her motivation. She went beyond teaching. I still remember there was a time in standard 3 when I failed my science paper, and the first thing she told me is, it's okay. I know who you are. I know your capabilities. You go back home. As soon as before you reach home, I'll call your mom up. And she did that. She went beyond. She spoke to my mother. She said, no, don't worry. She's fine. She'll do well. It's just that it was just off time this time. And with that motivation, I tell you, if I'd not studied any other subjects, always study science. Okay, so it's knowing that she did that extra for me, and she continued doing that to all the students. So much so we kept in touch until she passed away when I was in Brunei. But we always kept in touch. When I was getting married, I went to see her. So yeah, a teacher that goes beyond, and I'd like to be like her as well. In 2012, what I did was I decided that I needed to get a qualification. With my objective now was to become a lecturer. I felt that it's important to get a teaching qualification. So I enrolled myself in the university in the UK, distant learning, and got my teaching qualification. And that really opened my eyes. And I think moving forward from that day onwards, my teaching style had changed totally. So as an accountant, we are continuously having to go for continuing professional development and etc. So I hold both my memberships. I hold my CPA Australia as well as my MIA membership, because I do get updated of all the latest developments, continuously reading stuff, and that information is required because when they go out there to work, it is not what you learned 20 years ago, but it's current information. I think initially, when that sudden change was required, it required a lot of adapting because it's a matter of changing every aspect of it. It's just not for the lecturer, it was the student as well. But within a month or two, I would like to say that we were given all the skills we needed for the transformation by Taylor's. We had a lot of seminars, a lot of workshops, a lot of assistance, and that made us, I think we were also fine. We were comfortable teaching online, and I got to say that the feedback we've obtained from students was really good. They were excited with online learning as well because they felt that they had sufficient support, as good a support as they would had during face-to-face. So we had really no issues with the online classes. Activities for myself, I think being a mother of two children and being alone with in Malaysia, my husband is in Brunei, so I've got two daughters and one little puppy, and having the three of them really takes up a lot of my time. Most of the time I've got into some church related activities. I've got involved in some youth activities within church, and what I like to do is actually cooking. So I would say I've invested in a particular artificial intelligent machinery which enables me to do cooking which I've never thought I'm capable of doing before. So that's one of the activities I love doing. The reason why I came into the profession was for them, to see students, to interact with them, and I enjoy that. The larger the class, the happier I am. Okay, so that's how it's been. And the rewarding part of it is when they pass the exams.
Hi, Miss Kat. Thank you so much for helping me out as a student when I was first in Taylor's. Helping me out not only academic wise, but being my mentor, not only my internal problems relating to studies and anything, but everything else as well externally. Thank you for all the great advices that you've given me and for being a great mentor for me. And I would like to apologize if I did anything that may have hurt you or maybe changed your perception towards me. You have, and you probably will be, no matter which direction I go in life, probably the best lecturer that I've ever had alongside me to motivate me, to instill that confidence in me. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Kat.
Miss Katharene, you're one of the most amazing lecturers I've ever met. I remember this once I told you that I had stage fright and I'm afraid of presenting in front of a group of people. And I remember you promised me on that day that you'd help me overcome my fear. Not long after our conversation, you gave me an opportunity to host an event with the Ministry of Health. I will forever be grateful to you for that opportunity and most importantly for believing in me when I never did. I have never had a mentor in my life and you are my first Miss Katharene. So I would like to wish you all the best in all that you wish to accomplish and sending you all my love always.
Hello. My fondest memory with Miss Cat. I remember that there was a time that I went for COVID-19 vaccinations. I told Miss Cat that I can't manage to attend her class due to the vaccination appointment. Yet she was so caring and kept on checking on me after my vaccinations. My thoughts to Miss Cat. To me, Miss Cat was like a mother to me. She's a very caring and loving teacher. She always cared for a student when they had trouble understanding in her class. She doesn't mind to repeat over again until the students fully understood. She is the kind of teacher who are very strict in her teaching, but also very caring and patient towards her student. Lastly, I would say, I feel very grateful to be Miss Cat's student as she really helps me a lot in class. Thank you very much.
Mentioned just now my purpose of education, the purpose why I continue teaching, the motivation for teaching is because of this. So the first student is someone that has left Taylor's because of other reasons, but I've been there with him over the years since he started. So we've gone, like he said rightly, we've gone beyond teaching. He's an A student. We've gone beyond that. He's shared a lot of personal issues, and once you build a relationship with someone, it cannot just cut off when the person leaves the institution. A relationship should last forever, because a mother never abandons her kids. So that's my policy. I've heard people tell me, "Miss, do you still remember?" I said, "Of course. Which mother forgets their children?" So I take on the role as a mother, which means I'll always be with them. Whether I'm teaching them at Taylor's or I've retired one day, I'll always be a mother for these kids. For students, any students, whether it's mine or not, I believe that whatever you do in future, it has to be with passion. Do something that you'd like to do and not something that you're pressured to do. Because when you do something that you like to do, it comes from your heart. When it comes from your heart, the dedication is there and you just shine. When you take up a responsibility or a career that someone forces you to do, you just don't shine. So do something with passion, and the world out there just doesn't want doctors and lawyers. It wants a lot of different people with different skills. So you would know, if you give yourself a chance, what skills you're good at. And if you master the skills and you go out there, you'll do well. Hi, I'm Katharene Expedit. I'm the Program Director in the School of Professional Studies. I also teach there.